Hey, what's up? Just wanted to tap in for another court chat. Had an interesting question posed. Shout out to CGA. What is game slash Riz? For me, game and Riz is just simply versatility with communication skills. This should be applied in all forms and facets to your life. If you're limiting it to one potential use, then that's unfortunate because the capabilities that this has greatly exceeds that. You know what I'm saying? Being from a sales and customer service background, again, it's just a display of communication skills. And remember, most of communication occurs non-verbally. How you're going to carry yourself physically, how you choose to present yourself, you know what I'm saying? Any kind of emotional, financial, intellectual displays, flexing, that's all game, that's all Riz. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you should be able to use it in a professional setting, in a personal setting, and otherwise, you should be able to speak with your children, you should be able to speak with elders, you should be able to speak with employees, you should be able to speak with superiors. You should be able to communicate on many levels, forms, and facets. You should be able to communicate with your dog. You might need to be able to communicate with plant life. Like how you're nurturing, cultivating, taking care of those entities, it's all communication based. You know what I'm saying? And it displays that particular level and value of yourself. So let's say physically, if you're fit and you look like you go to the gym regularly, that's going to display in your physical characteristics and say something about you before you ever open your mouth. If you are financially adept, again, it might display in weird different ways. You might have enough money to the point where you can dress comfortably and don't need to appeal or appease anybody outside of yourself. Or you might have things that display certain levels of value that you just happen to like to have around you, such as suits, nice cars, watches, blah, 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 blah. That is gonna say things about you. Again, this is all part of the whole thing. It's Riz in game. It's playing life. Life is a game. You gotta take it serious, just like any kind of game. You're gonna have to do some grinding. You're gonna have to maybe do some role switching to figure out, what particular attributes suit what kind of battle that you're really prepping for. And then, your overall gameplay at the end, you're gonna have to have particular suits of armor that are gonna aid you in whatever your style of gameplay is. It's not one-dimensional. Again, it's multi-dimensional if you're taking active advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just flirting. Though being able to introduce and having fun in any kind of environment is gonna be helpful to you throughout your life. Being able to set boundaries, say no, and walk away from a negotiating table, invaluable. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna aid you in making sure that you're staying on point with the game that you wanna be playing throughout your life. Again, game, Riz, is just having versatility with communication skills. And remember again, communication is mostly done non-verbally. Eye contact, your handshake, how you're going to, again, are you walking with your shoulders back? Are you walking slumped over? Are you making eye contact? Are you sporadically looking around? All that stuff is nonverbal, but it's communication, and again, it's part of the game. So if you're not playing the game properly, you might want to look at yourself and take opportunities to advance your gameplay. Getting into a gym costs very little. learning financial skills at this point in time with the accessibility and everything that you have available to you on the internet costs very little. You're gonna have to make choices that will set boundaries for yourself and then display, again, non-communicable characteristics about yourself throughout your life. So if you're in home and in bed by 9, might say something different about you than if you're out in the club chasing tail on a regular and consistent basis, struggling to get up in the morning. Do you understand? So again, game, Riz, all the same, it's versatility with communication skills. And again, communication is mostly done non-verbally. So can you introduce fun? Maybe check and see if there's a comedy club or a comedy scene in your area that you can become a part of. Working with waiting staff or any kind of bartending, that'll help kind of establish those communication skills as well. I did it doing call center work. I did it, I was doing call center work. I was in sales, customer service. I did the comedy scene thing. You can work at a gas station. It's, again, the energy that you're going to display and present yourself is a big part of whatever game that you're going to introduce into this particular world is. So if you're conscious of that, you know what I'm saying, and you're vibrating on a nice frequency and you want to take advantage of the opportunities to maintain whatever level of energy that you're choosing to put out. Again, if you're wallowing in negativity and have a bunch of excuses built for yourself, people are going to see that miles away. Before you even get to the point of saying something, it's aura, it's stuff that you're emanating off of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That people might not want to be a part of and actively try and steer away from. If you're really kind of vibing with yourself and you have a discipline and the air about yourself that says, hey man, I'm fun, I'm vibrant, I'm exciting, I'm even down to help out. If you're down to help yourself, people might gravitate towards that and want to come and see what kind of world you built for yourself and what it might be like to be a part of that world. That's what game is. That's really what game is. If you have levels of discipline, again, financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, you have a world where people can feel invited into and safe to be in and actively want to contribute to. There's space for them to actually do things. Again, that's what game is. That's what's going to allow you to introduce fun, introduce boundaries if needed. You can switch it up and go serious when you need to. You have to have confidence in yourself, your needs, what you're willing to deal with, what you're not willing to accept, and how you want to play games as far as your life is built and your world is built. All worlds aren't built for the same games, but again, if you have versatility with your Riz and your skill set, you can essentially world hop. You know what I'm saying? You can travel through those magic tunnels and you can rub shoulders with a variety of people because you've established so much versatility in your communication skill set that your game is universal. It's not just directed towards one facet of trying to potentially manipulate somebody into getting into your world for the sole purpose of you taking advantage of it. That's lame. That's one-dimensional. It's not gonna help you in the long run, and it's unfortunate because by your own decisions, you're choosing to limit yourself in whatever kind of games that you're willing to play. Feel free to jump in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know what I'm saying? And shout out again to CGA for posing such a question. I feel like that was a very interesting and stimulating discussion to be a part of. Again, feel free to leave your comments on that. Knows Wages out. Keep playing.